In Sardinia, Italy, a blue zone famous for its centenarians, locals often eat a simple diet of whole grains, seeds, and vegetables. These are foods nutrition experts recommend for health. But hidden in those foods is a compound called phytic acid, once labeled a nutrient thief because it can bind minerals like iron, zinc, calcium, and magnesium, making them harder for your body to absorb. Yet these communities thrive. People live longer, rarely develop chronic diseases, and stay active well into old age. Recent research suggests that phytic acid might not be a villain after all. It may actually help protect cells from cancer. So which is it? Is phytic acid quietly robbing your body of nutrients or silently protecting it from disease? The answer is far more fascinating than either extreme. Phytic acid, also known as IP6 or inositol hexaphosphate, is a natural molecule found in many plant foods, especially in beans and lentils, whole grains, nuts, and seeds, legumes like chickpeas and soybeans. In plants, phytic acid works like a nutrient storage system. It binds minerals so the plant embryo can use them when the seed begins to grow. But when humans eat these foods, something unusual happens. And that's where the controversy begins. Scientists discovered decades ago that phytic acid has a powerful chemical ability. It chelates minerals. That means it tightly binds to minerals like iron, zinc, magnesium, and calcium. When phytic acid grabs onto these minerals, they can form insoluble complexes. And if those complexes can't dissolve in the gut, the minerals may pass through the body unabsorbed. Studies have repeatedly shown that high levels of phytic acid can reduce the absorption of iron and zinc. In fact, this effect has been documented in infants, adults, and controlled human nutrition studies. Magnesium absorption can also drop when phytic acid intake becomes very high. Animal studies have even shown that extremely high phytic acid diets can reduce bone mineral content. Because of this, phytic acid was historically labeled an anti-nutrient. And in certain situations, that label can still be accurate. For example, in populations that rely heavily on a single cereal-based diet, with little dietary diversity, phytic acid can contribute to mineral deficiencies. But this is only half of the story. Because the exact same chemical ability that blocks minerals may also help protect the body from cancer. Here's where things get interesting. Phytic acid doesn't just bind minerals. It also binds free iron molecules that can trigger dangerous chemical reactions inside the body. Free iron can drive something called the Fenton reaction. This reaction produces hydroxyl radicals, one of the most destructive forms of reactive oxygen species. These molecules can damage DNA, trigger mutations, and initiate cancer development. Phytic acid can stop this process by binding iron before the reaction begins. In other words, the same mineral binding ability that reduces nutrient absorption can also prevent oxidative damage to your DNA. And that's only the beginning. Laboratory and animal studies show that phytic acid can influence cancer in several powerful ways. Researchers have found that phytic acid can slow cancer cell growth, trigger programmed cell death, known as apoptosis, stop uncontrolled cell division, reduce tumor invasion and metastasis, and even boost immune system activity, including natural killer cells. In multiple studies, phytic acid has inhibited cancer cell proliferation in cancers such as colon, breast, prostate, liver, leukemia, and melanoma. It can even interfere with some of the key signaling pathways that tumors use to grow, like NF-kappa B, which drives inflammation, PI3K ACT, which promotes cancer cell survival, and WNT beta-catenin, which regulates uncontrolled growth. By suppressing these signals, phytic acid may help slow tumor progression. And in some early research, it even appears to enhance the effectiveness of certain chemotherapy treatments. In diets that lack mineral diversity, especially those based almost entirely on cereals or grains, phytic acid can worsen deficiencies. But in modern diets that contain plenty of vegetables, fruits, legumes, nuts, the mineral binding effect is often much less significant. Several factors can also reduce phytic acid's anti-nutrient effect. For example, food preparation methods like soaking, fermentation, sprouting, And sourdough fermentation can break down phytic acid through enzymes called phytases. These processes can dramatically increase mineral availability. Certain fibers and prebiotics in the gut can also help improve mineral absorption despite the presence of phytic acid. So the real picture is much more nuanced than good or bad. The scientific evidence is surprisingly consistent. Phytic acid can reduce mineral absorption. That part is real. But it also shows strong antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and anti-cancer properties in laboratory and animal research. In a diverse, nutrient-rich diet, phytic acid is far less likely to cause mineral problems. And it may actually contribute to some of the protective effects associated with plant-based diets. So rather than being simply a nutrient thief, phytic acid may be better understood as a biologically active compound with both risks and benefits. Like many things in nutrition, the truth isn't extreme. It's contextual. Inside foods like beans, lentils, seeds, and whole grains is a molecule scientists once feared. But today, that same compound is being studied for the surprising ways it may actually support our health. Just another reminder that food and nutrition science is often more complicated than it first appears. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe for more surprising insights about the foods we eat every day. Thanks for watching, and stay happy and healthy.